Well, welcome fellow travelers, your traveling buddy here, coming to you today from St. John's, Michigan. And today, I come to you from a famous place right here in St. John's, Michigan. A place called Uncle John's Cider Mill. And today, they have a thing called the Muster at the Mill. It's a little activity going on. It's going to have, I guess, a reenactment of a battle or something, or the Indians, and a couple other things going on here. So travel with me, will you? We got a couple guys in the period clothes. How you doing, guys? You guys look great.
Oh, thank you. You look pretty good yourself.
Thank you.
Head on down to the other side of the hill. There's a whole reenactment going on.
We're right down there. Okay.
See the text.
Thank you very much. This is what we're here for. See, right here they're having reenactments. We got guys out there right now getting ready for the reenactment. And they're gonna teach you how the period people lived back there, during the war. That's how they got a guy out here cooking out here on the fire. Got a thing of cider, it looks like. Big container of cider. That's how they used to do it back then.
I put a hot coal on it just for a sample.
How you doing today? You an Indian trader?
Yes, sir.
That's cool. I like this. What tribe?
Wendat.
Wendat?
English called Wyandots, it's French called Huron.
Ah.
All the same tribe.
I'm part Chippewa.
Which part? This line, this line, this line, and this line. And then I will cut it off like this side. Roll it up, it's easy to carry, it's very light. So I don't have to sleep on the ground. Just lay it down on the ground.
Sleeping mat he's making. Native American.
Sort of. No, but better than just.
It's a little interesting. I was talking to these guys over here, and he was telling me that they actually worked on the movie The Patriot with Mel Gibson, and he said he wasn't a very nice guy. Yeah, said he was real brilliant. They almost walked off the show, I guess. No, that was a good movie, but yeah, I guess that's Hollywood, you know.
Queens Rangers 1st American Regiment were representing both the Highland Company and the Light Infantry Company. The Queens Rangers was made up of those two companies plus a Grenadier Company, a Rifleman Company, a Cavalry Division, and they did have 2 artillery pieces. They were essentially a legion, the way they were organized, but they were trained in Ranger tactics, which in many ways made them way ahead of their time in this war.
Cool. Thank you. This is cool. Look at these tents out here, and this is what the soldiers used to sleep in. That was probably the colonel's tent, or the general, whatever you want to call them. And these are the tents that soldiers used to have to sleep in.
They have another one tied down below going across, and they hang an anchor. So we were cutting this in our woods. So we'll go in the woods and we'll cut another long one, and we'll tie it, about here, and then you can hang towels. Right over You know, so we did the campaign.
What do you guys? What group were you guys from?
I'm an independent. I'm a French voyageur. I'm an independent at this event. I'm just here as civilians to see what's going on and enjoy.
I'm a private in the 13th Pennsylvania Regiment during the early part of the Revolutionary War. So this is my regimental coat. This is like my jersey. You can imagine a Super Bowl with everybody in yellow jerseys, the confusion. And on the battlefield during the Revolutionary War, there were no radios. So if the general needed to know, oh, that's Connecticut, because he could tell by the kind of coat. Send a message to Pennsylvania. See the blue coats of the red. You know, so that's how command and control was conducted with until late in the war, when everybody was the Continental Army was wearing something more similar.
Thank you very much for the information. And you're just
I'm a man of two hats. I have one on today. Today I'm representing the great early hero of Paul Revere. And under other circumstances I present as a colonial farmer, which most of us would have been. And sometimes I can come out as a minute, so I can wear these clothes.
You can't, what was the last name?
A minute.
Oh, a minute.
Ready in a minute.
Yep.
Here we have a field office, hospital here. This is where they used to do all the surgical acts. Here's their tools, like medicines. Oh, look at that. Well, I guess that's not period to there, the toothbrush, but still. You got a lot of stuff here. Imagine this. They used to cut your leg right off, you know, instead of figured they couldn't save it. It's crazy. Look inside one of the tents. How they used to live out on the battlefield. You got your chest here.
But we
had no foraging, didn't need to. You actually were issued every day what we called a 7-7. You had a pound of powder, half a pound of peas, a half pound of rice, half a pound of beef. You know, so there were rations, and you cooked those rations. When you were tented up, there were kitchens going. So every tent, called a mess, every mess had a pot, and one of the soldiers would take the pot to the kitchen, cook their meal for the day, bring it back. A lot of guys ate pretty lukewarm stew, but you had stew every day. And they had, in that baggage train, they had drovers that would bring in cattle. They made the cows and the pigs walk with the army, right? They didn't kill them and carry them, right? So you had herdsmen that would bring in cows, and then butchers that would butcher up a cow and split it all out and get the meat out to the crew.
I want to check on Ethan.
So,
come on.
No, zero. If you were in the irregulars, like the ranger units, some, you know, generally when the rangers were sent out, they were sent out with enough rations to go out and do what they needed to do and get back. If something went badly, they might have done a little foraging, maybe even a little hunting. But for the most part, when you come into an area with 10,000 soldiers and you're going to try and live off the land, you're going to die. It takes, you know, like my son-in-law lives down in Arizona and operates down there.
What are you guys doing today?
Pretty well, how are you?
Pretty good. What do you get? You got the ammunition here?
So,
Is that a grenade?
that is a grenade. This is all the stuff that a soldier would carry with them on the march. They'd carry 3 days worth of food, which consisted of a canteen and some hardtack, which is a baked biscuit that was terrible. It was terribly hard and everybody hated it. They used it up through World War I even. They would be issued pay in the form of British coins, but most of the money in the colonies was Spanish money, because Spanish money was easier to get since it was minted in Mexico near the mines, near the silver mines. Change was in short supply, so they would cut it into half dollars, quarter dollars, and bits. Just like the old rhyme, shaving a haircut, 2 bits. Have a grenade, which would be used during sieges, I have a fire starting kit over there at the Flint and Steel. I have a sewing kit called a housewife, which a soldier would definitely have to repair parts of their uniform. This is a 69 caliber lead ball, which is what they shot out of their weapons.
Wow, look at that.
That one got a little deformed after it hit the target. Most of the time they would mushroom like
Didn't
this.
come out of a body, did it?
No, it came out off a tree. That one hit. Actually, this probably hit the ground and deformed. That one hit a tree and mushroomed out.
Wow.
And when they would go in, human flesh is rather elastic, and so it would really stretch the ball out and do that to it. Or if it hit bone, it would do that.
Wow.
Which is real nasty and would cut up all sorts of stuff. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, pretty rough.
Yeah, and it was much harder to get them out than it was to get them in.
Definitely terrible back in those days.
Yes, if you were shot, you basically the only way you could live through it is to be amputated for the most part. And if you were hit anywhere in the torso or the head, that was pretty much it.
I couldn't imagine that. And they didn't have no anesthetic or anything.
They didn't have anesthetic. They didn't know. But
they might give you some rum.
They might give you some lucky.
I think if you're going to cut my leg off, you might have given me more than that.
Yeah. They also germ theory of medicine hadn't been introduced yet, so they didn't know to sterilize anything, and they would use all the tools. They wouldn't even clean their tools.
I'm sure a lot of guys died even after that.
So they also believed that things like bleeding and leeches, their medicine hadn't really improved very much since Roman times. It actually got worse in many cases because they started believing certain things that the Romans had disproved. It's pretty medieval. Their medical practices.
Yeah, you always talk about it, maybe you wanted to live back in that day, but then you think about it. I don't know.
It was a pretty hard, short, brutal life for the most part.
Right.
Some people lived well, but they were very rich.
And that's your cooking pot there, right?
Yeah, so each tent of men, each tent held 6 men, and they would all be issued, as a group, they would have a big 5-gallon cooking pot that looks exactly like this, but much larger. I have this because we don't share our meals communally here.
Right.
And it's just mine's steel, theirs would be made out of tin. Tin was very prevalent, it was cheap, you can make stuff out of it very easily. It didn't take a lot of skill to make stuff out of tin because it's so malleable.
Hey, anything will work, right? This is your weapon here.
That is the AK-47 of the 18th century. This is called a Brown Bess. They made millions of these. The British Army and several other armies used this weapon for over 100 years. This is a standard issue weapon of the British Army for 105 years. And when I went to Afghanistan, I actually saw ones that the Army had captured that the Afghans were still using.
Oh, wow.
Farmers and herders that had joined Al-Qaeda and ISIS were still using these to this day.
That's crazy.
And they'd all been repaired and ornamented and stuff. It works on it's called a flintlock because the lock, the clockwork of the gun relies on this, a flint, a sharp piece of rock. It's a igneous rock that came out of a volcano. Hopefully when I pull the trigger it'll hit this called the frizzen and make a spark. That spark will fall here where I put some gunpowder and light off the main charge. There's a hole in the side of the barrel. So hopefully this little flash here, flash in the pan, will light off the main charge and fire the gun. Let's see if it sparks.
Oh yeah, it sparked. I saw a spark. Yeah.
So the thing is, this whole system gets dirty very quickly. You can see I fired about 10 or 12 times and this is all gunked up. I cleaned it a little bit, but it still needs to be cleaned a lot more. This blackness here, this is actually brass. All this black gunk is built up powder residue. So this can get dirty very easily. Your flint can get dirty. The frizzen can get dirty. That touch hole can get clogged. So you have to carry tools to remediate all these problems in battle.
These are some of the little tools that you can
we have a brush to brush out the pan. We have a pick.
Do like that to get some of the powder away from there, and then you could stick that in the touch hole to try and get any clogged powder out.
Yeah, let's try to clear that.
Wow.
So a soldier could fire, a good soldier is required to fire 3 times a minute, so once every 20 seconds. The firing process is that I grab a cartridge out of my ammo box and I tear it off with my teeth. I pour a little bit of powder here in the pan, close it up. I pour the rest of the powder down the barrel, and the bullet, which is in the bottom of this little origamied up piece of paper that I made, that would go down the barrel. Then I ram it with this. And as the barrel gets more and more clogged from that powder residue, which is very dirty, black powder is not a clean burning explosive, it gets harder and harder to ram that down. So after several shots, you'd actually have to just mash it down there. It can get pretty difficult. Now I'm ready to fire it. Hopefully it'll spark. You guys can come closer and see that. It'll be right here.
Yeah, I saw it. Yep, definitely saw it that time.
So hopefully those sparks will fall in the pan. Hopefully that powder hasn't gotten wet or damp. Hopefully the touch hole isn't clogged and it'll light off the main charge.
What's the range on a gun like that?
About 80 yards, about the same as a 12 gauge. So this is not a rifle, this is a smoothbore musket. So this barrel is basically a pipe. It's smooth, it doesn't have rifling. Rifles were around, but they're incredibly expensive because not very many gunsmiths knew how to make them or had the very expensive specialized tools to rifle a barrel to bore it out, because there wasn't a high demand. Because even if you could find a rifle, it was worth about as much as a farm. So they're very expensive. Very expensive.
The uniform threw me. We're drilling.
They're the French and Indian?
No, they're actually American Revolution.
Oh, American Revolution.
Well, I, on the other hand, am a French Indian, so I would be their father.
Yep. Or grandpa.
Ah.
Or grandpa.
Depending on how young you were.
Yeah.
50, 60, 70s.
Well, I'm 46 now, so yeah, I'll be a grandfather. I should be dead.
No offense. I see you're a woman. Is that how you just portraying like a? Okay, I didn't know. Maybe they had women that was out.
Yeah, whenever if a woman was, there were cases where women did dress as men to be soldiers.
Right.
But as soon as their gender was found out, they were drummed out.
Right.
For the most part. Although I think 7 Years' War. War of 1812. There were some women who did receive a commission. They made it all the way through, so.
Yeah, because I think there's not too far from this area, isn't there? A town where they actually have a monument to a woman that was in the Civil War, wasn't it? Wasn't it Civil War?
Women have been doing it for centuries. You figure, who was it? Mary Read and who was her partner? It wasn't Mary Read. Oh no, maybe it was Mary Read.
I think that is the name.
Well, there was two of them. There was Mary Read and another one. I think it was the other one, but the other one basically, her mother dressed her as a man, dressed her as a boy.
Right.
And she ended up growing up and became a soldier. She bounced around to different armies, then joined the sailors, and then she ended up with Mary Read and Calico Jack and became a pirate. So there's a case of the women dressing as soldiers.
Right.
Once they go to another army. So it did happen, but it was a rarity.
Right, because I can't remember what town it is, but I remember seeing something about it. There's a statue. I can't remember what town it is. It's here in Michigan, I know that. And they have a monument to this woman that was actually in the Civil War that fought. And then she was found out that it was being a woman, and she was sent back home. And now they honor her for what she did, you know.
Right.
Because I guess she was a good soldier, you know. But back then, it was just a no-no.
Yeah, portraying a soldier, saying that you are a soldier was a big no-no. In our unit, in the histories, since there was women with the unit, if he died and I was his wife and our camp was being attacked, I would be fine to pick up that musket and fire it.
Oh, really?
To defend the camp. Would we have gotten paid for it? Would we have been
No.
honored? No. But
No.
You'd still have only 48 hours left to find a new husband.
Actually, I find that's kind of that's a reenactment.
Really?
Yeah, because they've come across documentation where there was a camp follower, her husband died, and she was allowed to mourn for 6 months.
Wow.
And she was still following the camp, but she was mourning, and it was like 6 months, and then eventually she went home or something, but she was allowed to stay in camp, so yeah, I think that became a reenactorism. So.
Put your toes on the cement, looking this direction. All right, everybody know where your toes are? You got your own musket. Good job. You might be promoted.
Look at all these kids. They don't, some of them don't know what
Any more willing to learn His Majesty's military drill?
There you go. He's coming.
We only have one side today. No battles. All right, come in there. Jump in there. I thought you were here
Johnny's
earlier.
right there, hon.
You wonder maybe? I don't want. Maybe hang with these two. They know
Maybe
what
you'll
they're
go
doing.
to the battle. They'll give you a gun.
All right, we do have some muskets. You don't have to bring your own like this young lad has done. All right. First thing we need to do, save reserve, but I'm going to have them march first. Well, they're going to march first. If they can't march, I'm not going to give them a musket. Okay, everybody know your left foot. Stick your left foot out.
This foot. Stick this foot.
No, the other left foot.
Shake it all about.
This left foot. It's the one on that side. One on the side of the side. All right, that's your left foot. When we march, we start out with the left foot. I'm going to see if we can march together. And we're going to march across the street to this point right here. My command's going to be to the front, march. And when I say march, you're going to march. Something else I forgot to tell you. Your parents are no longer here. I am your parent. So you have to obey everything I say. And when I say right, you all say, yes, Sergeant. Can I hear it? Right? There's kind of a chorus thing there. All right. Everyone together. Right? Very good.
Yeah, my hair.
Remember your left foot? You haven't forgot your left foot, correct? All right.
Then yeah, but I just kind of.
March your hair to the front. Move forward. March. Oh. All right. Everybody look that way. That was an about face, but I didn't want to confuse you with right and left about face. All right, we try it again. To the front. March. Oh! Don't look at me yet. Look at them. Okay, about face. That's you. Look at me. Perfect.
Oh, it's you.
You're all doing very well, right?
Yes,
Well, that's right. I did, didn't I? All right. So now we need the musket.
We got 6 large muskets.
We got 6 large muskets too.
And I have
Ryan, you have a sword.
Okay.
All right, one down here. One here, one there.
Johnny, those little ones are going to get
One to her. I love this. And the boots. I love the boots.
She's got it all happening. There you go.
All right, 4 small muskets, little muskets. All right. One there, one there, one there. All right. You can use your pistol and your sword. All right. One there. There we go. All right. This is the go, okay? Okay, everybody remember your left.
The musket goes on your left shoulder. So put it up to your left shoulder. Like that. Very good. Hold right there. All right. We're going to march with a musket. I know that adds a degree of difficulty, but I've seen it done. To the front. March. Hold. Wait for it. About face. Alright, come in here. Alright, front.
I'll give you a hard time.
Like the oil of Costello, turn around. Boom!
Wait for it. About face. Try not to hit anybody in the head. Next thing we're going to learn to do is how to fire the musket. Right back in officer. Alright. Okay. When I say prime and load, give me the musket, I'm going to show you. When I say prime and load, you will take your cartridge, light it off, put it down, put it down. You don't do it with a sword, because there's no way to prime and load a sword. Alright. When I say make ready, you pull it up
That's so cute.
Ready? Ready? You're the sergeant. Fire. And when I say fire, you say bang. Alright.
I found a little hamper.
Alright, ready? Prime and load. Make ready. Reset. Point at me. No, really, point at him. I want to hear it. Fire. Very good. Very good. Good bang. Everybody back there on your shoulder. On your shoulder. There you go. You can hold it down here on your shoulder. Very good.
Attention in line, soldier.
To the front. Mark. Oh. About face. About face. Now you're going to shoot all these people over here.
Don't shoot it.
That's not fair. All right. Frame and load. Back ready. Reset. Fire. Back ready. Reset. Fire. They're all still standing up. I guess we're not very good. All right, on the shoulder, to the front, march.
He needs to learn that in the rain. Once the guy in front of him is down, you're up and after.
Oh! Make a line, make a line, make a line.